Hey guys, I'm Juliana and it's good to see you guys again. It is this is called CreateOS Lounge Vibey Vibe Coding, and I live stream every Tuesday and Thursday where we do some live coding, we explore new technologies, and we basically just hang out. So today I'm gonna start, basically it's supposed to be like an open, like no agenda kind of session. I'm gonna start with something really simple. We're actually just going to migrate from Gitlab to CreateOS, and then, which should only take like 10 to 15 minutes. And then I'm going to move into like vibe coding this idea that I have in my head, and we will deploy it using a new tool. So we're going to move into Cursor after this. But first, let's start deploying. So in the last stream, what did we do? We did Lunar New Year themed game. But let me tell you about this new idea. I have a friend who cannot handle spicy food at all. Like cannot. As soon as they eat any kind of spicy food, they start sweating, they start crying, and they can't breathe. They turn red. So I was thinking, can I vibe code an app that will train them to be able to eat spicy food? That's what we're gonna do today. I'll walk you through my process, how I figure out the prompt. I have not tried it yet, so we're totally gonna do this together. And by the way, my name is Juliana. I am streaming from New York City. It is 8 p.m. right now. I do this every Tuesday and Thursday. If you are in the chat, I can see your chat. Send me a message, give me some feedback, tell me where you're coming from, and definitely just say hi. All right, so let's get started. If you're in here, say hi in the chat. Okay. Oh, hi. Kuko Bagosh. Kuko Bajosh. I'm good. How are you? Let me go ahead. Hi, MJ. Gino to you too. Thank you for saying hi. How you guys doing? Hello, Renuit. Hi, Eddie. Oh, 2 a.m. in Nigeria. That is late. What are you doing up? Nice. Good to hear. Kukoba. All right. So welcome everybody. I'm going to start with a very simple demonstration of migrating from Gitlab to CreateOS, and then we're going to go into like an open vibe coding session where we're going to deploy something. So if you guys missed it, the idea is that we want to train my friend to be able to eat spicy food. So apparently not everyone can eat spicy food. And I think that like if you create like a routine, like kind of like meditation or like workout routine, you make a routine for them, you can train somebody to be able to eat spicy food. So that's the idea. We're going to vibe code an app. We're going to deploy it together. Cool. Let me take you into my desktop. By the way, if you guys have any questions, type in the chat and we'll have like an open like Q&A afterwards. Hi, Via Bear. Oh, you're streaming from Nigeria. Nice. Looks like there's a lot of people from Nigeria here. Okay, what are we looking at here? And share my screen. I'm going to show you guys my full screen. Let's train your friend to eat the spices. Yeah, that's the plan. All right. Honestly, if we can actually make it work, I'm actually going to send this app to my friend and see if it works. And I will come back at a later stream and tell you if it worked. So we are migrating from Gitlab to CreateOS. This honestly should only take like 10 minutes max. And then we're going to vibe code the spicy food training app. Hey, Barry. Hey, Angela. Hey, Drewski. Hey, guys. It's so good to see you guys. And then we're going to deploy it via skills. I don't know if you guys know what skills is, but basically NodeOps came up with skills. It's this one here. Came up with skills. Let me know if you guys can't see this. I can make this bigger. Yeah. So skills is super cool. I was just playing with it today. If you guys have worked with like OpenClaw or Claude Code, you know, basically you can give it like the ability to do stuff, like give it additional skill. It's like an MCP. And so NodeOps came up with skill, and so it works with all these kind of like built-in AI coding stuff, and it gives you the ability to deploy on NodeOps, like just by chatting with it. It's kind of cool. So today I'm gonna set it up with Claude Code. But yeah, let me know what you guys are like building, if you guys are building anything cool. Drewski, do you even sleep at all? Drewski asked if I sleep at all. Yes, I actually do sleep. I sleep really regularly, very regular. Every day at exactly 11:30, I am asleep without fail. That's why this stream is at 8, because after an hour, I start to get sleepy, and it's time for me to just clock out. All right, GitLab. First of all, so have you guys used GitLab by any chance? I know we all use GitHub, but GitLab is kind of like a little out there. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this GitHub, which I deployed last time. Let's take a look at it. Let me show you my app. It's a game, you know, it's called Lights Out. The goal is to turn all the lights off, and you can only turn off the lights that are around it. So if I click this, those turn off, those turn off, those turn off. And the goal is to turn them all off. It's a game, and you want to do as little moves as possible. And so you can reset, new game, whatever. That's the app. So this is the GitHub for it. What we're going to do is we're going to download this code as a zip. Oh, Drewski said you have a GitLab account, but you can't recall when you log in. That's normal. So I'm going to download this, put that under downloads, into a zip folder. After that's downloaded, let's go into CreateOS. So if you guys are not familiar with CreateOS, it is awesome. Basically, it is everything you need to build, vibe code, build, deploy, and also earn money off of what you build, all in one. As soon as you make an account, you have 400 credits. I've deployed like 3 things, and this is how much I have left. So you can vibe code from here, from Create, deploy stuff from here, check your deployments, and deploy other people's apps or deploy your own app, like put it up for sale. Someone's asking, Renault asks, what's the difference between both? That's a really good question. GitHub is open source. They both use Git. Git is a versioning system. GitHub is open source, and GitLab is more for like, I've used GitLab for when I worked for the government. When I worked for the US government, we used GitLab because it was more secure, more closed. That's all I understand it to be. If anybody in the chat knows more about the difference between GitHub and GitLab, more than what I've mentioned, share, and I will read it out loud. All right, so now that I have the zip folder, I'm going to go into deploy, and I'm going to click upload files. Oh, hey, Via Bear. You've built a game with CreateOS. It's awesome. Thank you. Okay, now we're gonna deploy that zip folder that I downloaded. I'm gonna give it a name, Lights Out from GitLab. And I think it was port 3000. I'm not 100% sure, let me check. Yep, port 3000. Okay. Come back here. You can select the folder you want to put in. I'm not going to do it. Okay, Drewsy's asking, I don't know if I'm interrupting you, but the rate at which your credit gets used is incumbent on the magnitude of your application, right? incumbent on the magnitude of your application. It might be the rate, like how large your application is. I think it's measured by the resources you consume. So when you deploy, you may, yeah, I think that's it. Kukopa's asking, why didn't you deploy via GitHub? Oh, because we have deployed via GitHub. We have, and we've done it before. Now I'm trying to demonstrate how people migrate from GitLab into CreateOS. Okay, and I'm gonna upload the zip file. Actually, you know what? Okay, downloads zip file. In case you guys can't see the stream, let me see if I can open up the chat. There. Yeah? Oh, that's messy. Let me swap it. Oh God. There we go. Perfect. You guys don't need to see my face. All right, we were uploading this folder. Okay. Here's where you would enter your build and deploy settings if there's like a specific root folder or a command or a build. I don't have anything. I think it's just, what is it? This app is so simple. Just a server.js. That's it. So let's go to here. And let's see what happens. You can always update these values later. Or Remy's asking, resources are tied to the magnitude of what you're building, right? I believe so. You get to choose like the resources that your application is running on. And I think that's how the credits are consumed. That makes sense to me, but I can definitely double check on that for you. So far, I can tell you I've created my account like a couple days ago. This is a brand new one, and I've deployed like 4 apps. And so I'm down to about 312, and this started at 400 credits. Whoops. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, lights out from GitLab, port 3000. Upload my zip folder and hit deploy. Let's see what happens. Okay, questions. Questions. Okay, while this is deploying, I will tell you how I generated the prompt for the spicy food. Okay, so if you guys have been vibe coding, which I assume you have because you're here, the hardest part is like, type in the prompt, right? So rather, because I only have limited time here, I only have an hour, right now 45 minutes. I decided this time I'm going to ask ChatGPT to craft a prompt for me. So while this is building, I'm going to show you what I did. I went to ChatGPT and I typed in like blah, 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 blah. Can you help me craft a prompt to create an application that will create a training routine for spicy food? Goal is to train someone who cannot handle spicy food to be able to handle spicy food. You can keep going with the daily routine as they so choose. Okay. But then it gave me this like this huge prompt, basically training you to be able to handle, really crazy, like spicy food. And we don't need that. We don't need somebody who to be able to do that. We need them to get to the regular level. We don't need to go into like the competitive level. So I said, the goal isn't to become a superstar, but to be someone who can handle a regular amount of spicy food. They don't have to be champions. So it crafted this one, which was a little bit better. I'm assuming it's going to create something that's like for regular jalapenos, serranos, chili flakes, basically like normal everyday spicy stuff, not like insane. Yeah. So anyway, this is the prompt I'm going to use, and we're gonna throw it into the AI and see what happens. Yeah. All right. Let's see if this finished deploying. Ah, we got a build error. You know what it is? Probably the command. Here we go. Where is it? Deployments. Are there hidden cost teams should prepare for? Not that I know of. Not that I know of. Yeah, so here's where the deployment is. Like by default, like, you know, you have 200 CPU, 500 megabytes. This is what happened when I went to deploy. You can absolutely edit these variables. And you can see that the min and max are here. Depending on what these variables are, is how much like credits you consume. Makes sense. Okay, so I've got a deployment error. I think it's because I need to change not the build variable, but the build command. I thought I was able to change it somewhere here. Okay, well, if I can't change it, I'll just deploy it again. Oh, by the way, if you guys haven't tried yet, you can totally deploy a version of OpenClaw. It's really awesome. And I didn't even have to use my API key. It consumes the credits that you're already given. So those 400 that you start with gets placed towards OpenClaw. All right, I'm going to go back and deploy again. Let's try lights out GitLab port 3000. Okay, npm install true, and then node server.js. Wait, let me double check that. Oh, npm start. npm start. npm install. It's pretty standard. No need a root directory. No, we don't need a build. Just npm start. I think that should work. Let's try that. Okay, so Gansey is asking if a normal user like me gets a deployment error, how do I backtrace the problem and fix it on time? Like what just happened now? We saw the error message wasn't exactly descriptive, so I'm just going to redeploy it. I'm pretty sure, like, because I'm not using it's for some reason not capturing what the build command is. Drewski is asking, are these processes different from when using GitHub? It's slightly different. GitHub has an option where you can either do it manually or build AI. Build AI is when AI looks at your code base and determines what is the best way to deploy it. Basically, it like checks what framework are you using, what command it does its best guess. It's a little bit slower, but because we're doing manual file upload, there's no option to do that. It just goes straight to using build AI, which means this AI is going to do its best guess. Yeah, no problem, Drewski. Totally. Ask all your questions. F. Young Lom, can we directly import repositories from GitLab into CreateOS? Yeah. The only way that I figured out how to do it is by downloading a zip folder. Kanzi asks, which works best for AI or manual upload? It depends. I've thought that like AI does a pretty good job of like figuring things out. If your app is not very complicated, it will figure it out. And it does take a little bit longer to deploy. If you know exactly what steps it takes to run your project, then by all means use manual. Okay, so we did a second deployment and we're getting a build error. We're getting a build error. Same error message. And it doesn't look like I can drill down to see what it means. This is the thing with live streaming. You're gonna get errors. And I'm already almost 20 minutes into my stream. I propose that we set this aside, come back on Thursday, and finish it. Because I honestly really want to move on to the spicy food. Kukoba asks, I've tried to deploy via AI, but I was never able to deploy as it takes long and never see result. Oh, okay. Kukoba, DM me. Let's figure it out together because I've been able to deploy with AI. There's videos of me like literally doing the exact steps that I'm doing with you right now, where I download a project from GitHub and pull it into here. By the way, this is Gitlab. Let me show you what that looks like. Yeah, I'm eager to see what spicy looks like too. Let me show you. Did I sign in with GitHub? Oh, there it is. There it is. All right, so this is what GitLab looks like. I'm showing you my UI. So it looks very different from GitHub. I have one project in here. It's called Lights Out. Same as before. It's the same GitHub repo right here. Server.js, package.json. Come over here, come to code, and then also same as before, you download as a zip. So this one's from GitLab. Yeah, and just as before, you take this and go into deployment. Good question, Eam. How do I pin you? Let me see if I can pin your question. That's a good one. These are great questions. Thank you, by the way. How does CreateOS handle private versus public repositories? It doesn't. That's the cool part. It's all the same. So with CreateOS, if you're connecting your GitHub, you have connected your GitHub to CreateOS. So you can deploy any repository you have, whether private or public. If you are deploying someone else's repository, it will have to be public. You have to download their zip. Does that make sense? Did that answer your question? Let me unpin that. Good question. All right, let's go into spicy food. Spicy food. Sorry, we'll have to come back to this next time. Next step. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go to GitHub and we're going to make a new repository. And we will call it Spicy Food Training Program. I'm keeping it public. And I'm going to copy this URL over here, HTTPS. And now I'm going to go into Cursor. I'm going to make a brand new clone repo and then paste. Sorry, I'm going so fast. And then I'm going to select here and here. Cool. So now we're in my cursor. Totally empty slate. We have a clean repo, nothing. On the right side is my AI agents where I'm going to enter the prompt that I created. Let's go copy the prompt here. Click copy. And then I'm going to go into here and maybe if I make this bigger so you can see. So I have a chat window with the AI agent over here. And yeah, I've selected agent. You can actually toggle between plan, debug, and ask. So these are different types of AIs that you can talk to that may or may not necessarily code. So agent is free thinking. They do all of these and they're able to code as well. For the model, I've selected auto, but you can absolutely check like other, you can switch around. There's Opus. There's also, Opus consumes a ton of credits. You can also check like, what else do we have? GPT Codex is really good for coding as well, you know, but you know what? I'm just going to keep it nice and easy. We're just going to do auto. Now I'm going to paste. So bam, that is the ChatGPT generated prompt, and we're gonna send it off. So it's going. Oh, John is asking, does CreateOS provide built-in deployment orchestration? Yes, that is what CreateOS is. They are a deployment tool. Every time if you connect your GitHub to it, every time you git push to your repo, it will automatically redeploy. And if you deploy using like MCP or skills, you can also tell it to create environments, like new environments, like production environments. You can also like increase or decrease replica sets. Yeah, basically that's what CreateOS is. It's a deployment orchestration tool. All right, this is still running. Great questions, guys. I'm loving this. Oh, good question. TFK asked, for teams heavily using GitLab CI/CD, what is the closest equivalent workflow inside CreateOS? Heavily using GitLab CI/CD. Honestly, we don't have GitLab integration into CreateOS. We only have GitHub. With GitLab, it would be what I showed you before, which would be to take the state of your repository and download the zip of it, which obviously is static. Every time you make a git push, you have to re-download the zip. So it's kind of clunky, but this is one way you can move it over. You could also Dockerize your repo, and then every time you update your Docker, well, that's actually static too. There's no great workflow equivalent. It would just have to be GitHub if you want that like seamless, every time you push, you know, it does a new deployment. I'm so curious how this app is going to come out. I'm reading the code as it runs by, and it's really cute. They're doing check-in days. Also, if you guys have any app ideas you want me to vibe code live, let me know. I'll write them down, and I'll do them in the next live stream. Any idea? Dumb, smart, dumb and dumber, any idea really. I have a couple up my sleeves, but you know, I'm not as creative as you guys. Happy to take your feedback. I hope my friend appreciates all the work I'm putting into this. Yeah, it's a massive session. Thank you, Web3 Lord. It's going. This is way better than if I were to prompt it myself. Oh, okay. npm install, yes. Okay, looks like we're in. Oh no, it's still going. It's been like 4 minutes. Maybe I should have gone with Codex or Opus. Oh, okay, it's coming up to the end. Cool. You made a readme. Okay. Woo, it's done. Cool. Yeah, good things take time. Dancy says, is Cursor integrated into CreateOS? That's because I see you using it to build. Yes, actually it's the opposite. CreateOS is integrated into Cursor. So after I vibe code this, I can actually deploy it from direct inside Cursor. I don't have to go into the CreateOS GUI. You could, but this is another way for you to do it. Okay, let's actually run this code and see what happens. Let me pop open my terminal. We did an npm install, right? Yeah. And then we do an npm run dev. Oh, the moment of truth. Let's open it up. Okay. Gentle progressive plan. I can tolerate 0 spicy food. I know the moment of truth. This is like more nervous than the Olympics. This is my Olympics, okay? Vibe coding Olympics. Preferred format. I'm gonna go with. Oh, let's do hot sauce. Yeah. I'm okay with everything. Let's do 5 minutes a day. I want to do cautious, slower build-up. Okay. In my pantry, I have jalapenos, hot sauce, chili flakes, and... Okay, by the way, I have all of this stuff in my pantry, but I'm pretty sure my friend doesn't have any of this stuff. So I'm assuming they have at minimum these basics. So thanks, Dave. I'm loving this too. I'm gonna click start my routine and see what happens. Okay, looks like I have some buttons here. Today, 2 to 3 drops mixed into food, into my toast. I warm up with 1 bite of toast with no spice, and then 2 bites with the spice dose, which is 2 to 3 drops, which is hot sauce. And I can mark it complete. Let me mark it complete. And then it does a quick check-in. And so now I'm going to say, how uncomfortable am I? So maybe I'm at like a discomfort level of 4. And how much do I enjoy it? 0. Maybe mild discomfort. 5 minutes. Save and complete. I'm curious if like this is actually saving anything in the browser. All right, so I hit done. Looks like it's done for today. Let me see if any of this data is persistent. Let me go hit week. Ooh, 7-day routine. Okay. Level 2. 5 to 6 drops on avocado. That's Tuesday. And then Wednesday is, oh yeah, today's Tuesday. We already finished this one. Wednesday is 5 to 6 drops. Thursday is 5 to 6 drops. Cool. And then we head into mild and medium, which is half teaspoons on avocado, eggs, and yogurt. Okay, cool. Yeah, we already finished today. Let me go to progress. Oh, I have streaks. Yeah, I'm curious too. Winner 0 glory. This is impressive. Where does the data go? The local host cache. That's what I was thinking too. Let's check it out. Let's get nerdy. I have, can you guys see this? Let me make it bigger. I have a feeling it's under applications. And then if we go into local storage, it may be here. Oh, there it is. There it is. I found it. Spicy current level, spicy profile, spicy progress history, spicy records, spicy. So this is all stored in the browser. I'm pretty sure if we go back into cursor and say, hey, you know, can you store it into the DB or whatever, this would be a little more useful. By the way, CreateOS is rolling out with persistent database. We have Superbase coming up very soon. So yay. Yeah, so this looks like this is where the data is being stored. We got baseline tolerance. Just curious what's under session storage. Nothing. Nothing under cookies as well. Okay. So progress 1 out of 8. Recent history 2. Pantry. Settings. And I can edit onboarding too. That's cool. Honestly, not bad for like a first time prompt. Not bad. I wonder if maybe, do you guys have any questions? Because the next thing I was going to check is I was going to go into the code and check if like it's actually checking if like maybe I do things fast. Maybe I want to skip ahead to like Wednesday or Thursday. You know, is it actually checking what today is? Because it's not letting me go to the next step. And then I was going to go ahead and deploy it. We only have like 20 minutes left, so I think I'm going to go ahead and deploy it. Thanks, Blondie. Thanks. Cool. Let's go back into the code and let's deploy this. All right, let me close this out. Cool. I'm sure we can refine it. By the way, this is all open source, so you guys can take my GitHub, Juliana piece, and just copy this code. Or you can take the prompt that I used and just try it yourself. Just make your own. All right, here's where we get fun. CreateOS skills. So skills can be used in OpenClaw as well as like Windsurf and a whole bunch of other things, you know. But today we're going to use it with Claude Code. So have you guys ever used Claude Code? If not, it's pretty simple. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually git push all of this into GitHub. Okay. Git commit. Dan asked what happens when I run out of credit. Will my work still be safe? It will. You use your credits as you deploy. You know, it won't take everything down when your credits go under. And also we have a leeway too. My account actually went into the negatives, but my stuff just stayed up. I went into like, it will take negatives. But yeah, your deployment stays up. You only consume credits when you are either vibe coding or deploying. Okay, first iteration of spicy program. Git push. Cool. All right, so we've pushed up. Now the next step is to initiate a Claude Code instance. I'm gonna show you real quick. Oh, it's still pushing. Did I push up my node modules? I think I did. That's why it's taking so long. Let me do a git ignore. And then node modules. I hate when I do that. This is what happens. Git add or git commit. Yeah, that's better. I hope. Okay, while that's pushing, we can actually initiate the Claude. Easy. So Claude Code. Let's open it up. Claude Code. So Claude Code is an extension. I think you just npm global install it. I don't remember what the command is. Right here. Yeah, you just curl it. Copy this, and then you have Claude Code running inside your VS Code or cursor. So I already have it open. I'm going to pop open my cursor, and then I initiate it into, I'm already sitting inside my folder, by the way. I just initiate it by typing in Claude. Enter. Bam, that's it. So I'm going to zoom into here so you can see what's happening right now. So Claude Code looks like this. It's basically in the terminal. You're constantly, now I'm not chatting over here on the right side. I'm chatting in the center now. Claude Code is a separate agent that also deals with my code. It will edit code. It will read your code. And as I'm telling you now, it's also able to, yeah, thank you, Cassandra. It's also able to learn skills. So you can actually tell Claude Code to, hey, install CreateOS skills so I can deploy, you know, and it will help you like get set up. It will ask for an API key. So I'm gonna show you real quick where to get that API key. You come into your account here and then come into your account down here, click the settings, the little gear icon, and then come down here, see API keys, and then you can create an API key. So these also consume credits, you know, click create and create your API key. And then, yeah, let's go back to Claude. So we're at the first stage. We've set up Claude Code, and it's asking like, do I have permission to read everything in this folder? Yes. So I hit enter. Bam. So cute, yeah? So it's set to use Sonnet 4.5, but you can totally change this as well. And it's it's 100% using my API keys. You guys can, I can sometimes as I'm using it, I can literally see the cost like go up, you know, depending on what you're doing. All right, cool. So now we can start deploying. This is a little like terminal that I can chat with Claude Code. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask like, is CreateOS skills installed? And it's checking. Thanks, Fedosky. Thank you, thank you. Okay, it looks like it doesn't recognize CreateOS skills in here, so we can ask it to install it. We can go back into, where was it? Here, and where is the command? Here. So you can copy and paste this installation. It's npx skills add, and then this repo. So I'm copying it, bringing it into here, and I'm gonna say, can you please install it? And then I enter the command. Okay, so now it's going. Thanks, TFK. It's asking, it's gonna ask a lot, so I'm just gonna keep reading what it's saying. Let's see. Yeah, you can proceed, yes. Cool, so it's downloading the skills. And Dan's asking, please say more on the API key. I created an AI-based tool with CreateOS, and I was asked of API key. Oh, what did you need to know about the API key? Do you want to learn how to make one? What is it saying? Installer is showing an interactive menu where you need to select which agent you want to have access to the skill by default. Oh, Claude Code. I'm removing my node modules. What a noob mistake I just made. All right. Because of that, I couldn't proceed. Oh, okay. Dan, I'm going to show you real quick again. Come to CreateOS. And when you're in here, you come down to the gear icon, bottom right. And then you scroll down to API keys. This is where you generate it. And you can click create. You see what I'm doing here? I wish I could point to it. It's right there. Create. And you can create an API key. So give your API key a name. You know, Dan the man. A little description. Set your expiration date to maybe like a couple months from now. And then hit create. Yeah, there you go. That's your API key. So I'm going to delete that. Oak. All right. That's it. Okay, so I can see that I have pushed to my repo. That's cool. And then what's happening right now is like Claude Code is like asking, there is an interactive menu, and it's like there's a little bit of like a relay happening here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop out of Claude Code and go straight into the terminal and then paste. So I'm going to install directly into it, the terminal myself without Claude Code. Okay, so you see what I'm talking about? As soon as I did that, there is a little interactive menu, all right? And it's asking me which agents do I want to install it to. I'm going to choose Claude Code here, this option. I'm hitting space to enter, and then I'm going to hit the enter bar. It's asking, do I want to install it globally, or do I want to install it just in this project? I just want it in my spicy project. And I want it symlinked. And I can proceed with installation. Done. So you see there's these new, yeah, you're welcome, Dan, anytime. On the left, you see what happened here. There's two new folders, .agent and .claude. So now we have the skills for CreateOS in both of these folders, right? Now I can go into Claude again. Actually, you know what? Let me go right here. Let me initiate Claude again. So I'm typing in Claude. You guys see what I'm doing? Let me get rid of this guy. We don't need this anymore. So big. And then initiate Claude. All right, now we're back here. So now let me ask, is CreateOS skill? Oh, actually, you know what? Let me ask, what am I asking? Can you use CreateOS to deploy this app? Should I have set skills? What does it say? Yes, I do want to use CreateOS skills. Okay. We'll do this together. It's asking, do I want to deploy with GitHub with CreateOS? Answer is yes. Oh, now it's going to check if I have any GitHub accounts connected. Yes. It's going to make a post request to MCP tools. Yes. Oh, Imran. Hey, Imran's asking, will my work still be safe when I run out of credits? Your deployments will stay where they are. They will stay where they are. Okay, perfect. We're exactly where we need to be. All right. So right now, Claude is asking, like, what's your API key? Now I can go back into here. This is where Dan knows this now. I can go into my API key. Oh, shoot. I have to create a key. Let me create a key. I want to make a new key. We're going to call it Spicy Claude Key. Set it for 2 months from now. Create the key, copy this, and then go into here and hit paste. This is my API key. So yeah, what it's saying is like, in order for me to run this command, I need your key. You can actually just tell it to me. So there it is. Enter. You got my key. Do you guys want my API key? I'm just gonna keep hitting yes. So now CreateOS is going through the process of deploying this into, the skill is going through the process of deploying it. It's checking if I have a GitHub account. Okay, it's gonna verify with my API key. Imran's asking, it means if I purchase credit, I don't have to start over, right? Don't think you have to start over, no. As I said, the credit system actually goes into the negatives. I've done that before. And it will stay up. It will stay up. All of your stuff will stay up. And you don't have to start over. Okay, now it wants to do a get command to list the GitHub repositories that I own. You're gonna, honestly, I just hit enter blindly. You can probably hit option 2. Option 2 is when they don't ask again. I haven't noticed a difference between one or the other. It will still ask me the same amount of times. Hey, successor, Gino to you too. All right, now it is going to run this and create a new project for my spicy food app. Yay! Okay, my stream has 2 more minutes left, but honestly, I want to see this win so bad, so I'm going to stay a little bit longer. Yes. It's funny, this app is... last time I deployed something, it didn't create this Python code, but this time it did. So, interesting. You can see how many credits it's consuming. Thanks, TFK. If I stay here long enough, you can literally watch me fall asleep. Hi, Spartan. Welcome back. I thought you actually forgot about this session. Did you just join or what? Just finished up with work. Are you about to finish up? Well, I'm supposed to stop streaming right now because it's supposed to be from 8 to 9, but I'm actually kind of invested into this vibe coded app. I want to deploy it. It came out kind of cool. It's like a training app to train you to handle spicy food. And I kind of just want to make sure it gets deployed. Whoa. Whoa. No way. Let me see if it worked. You just finished up with work though. No, tell me about work. I'm going to my deployments. Oh my God, guys, do you see that? I have an app called Spicy Food Training entirely from Claude Code. I hit preview. I hate when this happens. 503. Let me check the errors. It might just be because it literally just got deployed. So it might take a second. Let me take a look at it. Guys, it's up! High five! High five! High fives all around. It's up. I know, right? Kanzi, yay! Work's been crazy busy. Oh, that sucks. Why is it so busy? Fidosky, love your sessions. You're fun. Wish you could stay longer. Yeah, you know, it'd be cool if, like, you know, maybe as these things get more regular, I do these like twice a week. Maybe we can do something longer, you know, because vibe coding takes time. It's just like 1 hour is not enough. If we wanted to build something substantial, like it's enough for like these easy, you know, rinky dinky apps. It's fun, you know, to do these like quick little reps. But if we wanted to build something really substantial, like really dive deep, we need longer sessions. And I do want to do that with you guys sometime. Yes, high five, Juski. Yes. Hey, TFK, high five, Spartan. Yes. Multi-session projects. Yeah, that would be sick. Of course, I'm just starting these, so I'm still getting to know you guys and building people. So it's not just like myself talking into the void. So it's fun. This is so cool. Honestly, I'm so proud of myself right now. And you guys for hanging around. I think I'm actually just gonna like I think I'm actually gonna send this to my friends and see what they think. Rinky dinky apps. Nobody said I have to be PC here. I don't have to be nice. You guys are lucky I'm nice. I could be mean. Okay, all right. I think I'm 3 minutes over. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Let me pop over to my different screen. It has been so much fun hanging out with you guys. I'm gonna actually keep the stream open. I mean, honestly, this has been like the funnest stream in a long time. I'm so happy you guys are here. I'm glad you stuck around. I'm glad we vibe coded something cool. I'm glad it's real and I got to show you something. So I'll reiterate, these things are called CreateOS Lounge, called vibe coding. And I generally just like try new things. We can do whatever. I like to explore new technology. If there's any new GitHub repos you want me to check out, totally like send it to me, put it on the stream. We can totally check it out together. I can save it for next stream and we'll check it out. So the point is that like there's no agenda here. There's no agenda. We start with something like basic, like migrating from GitLab to CreateOS, but the rest of it is open. That's the purpose of these sessions. We just kind of do whatever we want. And I know tech is moving so fast and we want to keep up with it. So that's what these sessions are. It keeps me accountable too. Because like if I didn't have you guys here, I would probably, you know, not be doing this. So if there's new technology you want to check out, send a GitHub repo or you hear something cool, you can tweet me and I will like, you know, I'll write it onto my notepad and remember for next time so we can explore it together. So it's like not polished. If it errors out, it errors out. You know, sometimes things don't work. That's okay. That's the whole point of life. We just move on. We get an error, we move on. Thank you, Kanzi. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys next time. If you guys have any questions, yeah. Thank you. Bye, guys. Have a good rest of your day or good night, wherever you are.